Powered by Riverside FM.
Welcome everybody to Choey and Jandler's the Fun Time Super Terrific Happy Hour. Welcome, Choey.
Welcome, Jandler. I don't know if it's necessarily super fun time for you right now with all this editing.
Yeah, super fun time, work time or whatever. Cat's laying down upside down looking at me. Animals are funny. Oh, dude, it's almost Friday officially for us. We're actually recording not as early as we normally do. Mostly because I didn't even hear you text me on Sunday when we normally record. Oh well, we'll get it in. So here on October 10th, let's go ahead and jump to the holidays, sir.
Here are today's effing holidays.
First off, on October 10th, today's National Cake Decorating Day. Celebrate National Cake Decorating Day with flair. Get inspired by tasty recipes, fun decorating ideas, and tutorials to make your cake unique.
That's a gorgeous cake right there.
It makes you hungry, doesn't it? You're like,
yeah.
I wonder if there's like a chocolate cheesecake with strawberries on it or something, you know? I mean, not chocolate. It's got like chocolate
I
fudge
see
on it.
the chocolate like oozing off the sides. That's just like, oh my gosh. Welcome to heart attack and die happy.
Doesn't that make you full just looking at it? Because it makes me full just looking at it. You're like, I'd be hopped up and then I'd pass out for who knows how long.
Because we're old now. We're like, I don't know if I can eat that.
It's also National Hug a Drummer Day, sir. Don't miss out on National Hug a Drummer Day. Give your favorite drummer a big hug and show them some love. Sorry, no offense to October 10th. There weren't a lot of great, funny holidays, you know? We're like, yeah, we'll laugh at that one. I pick what I had.
Wah, wah, wah.
Hey, but here's a I don't even call it a holiday, but we've talked about this, and I knew it was coming. I told my teachers on Monday, and man, it hit. Full moon fever, dude. I know we're on my school district. We're on fall break next week, right? So it's kind of like we got a fall break and a spring break, which is cool. The kids have been crazy this week, dude. I mean, like crazy, just insane. So that's and I have a story for us when we get to the headlines. But it's like I think about you when we talked about it. You said, "Well, we don't really deal with that in high school." I guess they're just crazy whenever, right?
Yeah, dude. Like, so do y'all have like 5-day school weeks? Yeah.
Yeah, 5-day school week.
That's pretty tight that y'all get like a fall break too. Like that's gotta help out with teachers, I think too. Like and keeping, like you said, their kids are acting all crazy, but at least you're like, hey, a few more days, and then I get a week to myself.
Yeah, it's like then they're all you. Honestly, not only is it cool there too, but I know that this was always really the toughest time of the year because you'd get Labor Day off, and then you wouldn't get another holiday until Thanksgiving. Like I don't know how many weeks that is. You're like it's like 7-8 weeks without a break, and you're just like, oh my god.
It's like I just remember every school year that was like the gruelingest time because you're just like, there's no breaks, there's no nothing. This is the hardest time of the year because you're starting up the year, all the intro stuff, hey, let's get everybody excited because we got 8 more months of school, and you're like, when's Thanksgiving?
And there was always like I would call Indigenous People Day, Columbus Day, whatever you want to call it, as a half holiday because the kids wouldn't be there. We had to do PD or whatever, but we're like, at least we're off, or at least we don't have to teach. That's actually Monday. You know, we're gonna start that day, and then we get the rest of the week off. But yeah, it's pretty cool, man. Then we'll come back and 3 weeks, 4 weeks later, it's Thanksgiving. You know, so it's like that'll be fine. That's doable.
That's a smart school district right there.
Oh yeah, we're growing on that. So roll out to the headlines for the week, sir.
It's time for this week's edition of Choey and Jandler's headlines. Yay! Hooray!
First headline. Got to go to it now. I kind of forgot the order. So parent conferences, dude. This is October 10th. I'm amazed. I technically only have one more conference to do, and I'm happy. You know, like one more beginning of the year. Like normally it's pulling teeth to get a hold of people. Now this last one, we'll see. The girl's been absent all week, and I've asked her before. Like sometimes she comes in. Well, not sometimes. She comes in late a lot, like an hour and a half late. I'm like, why are you getting here so late? And she's like, oh, my mom just woke up. So I'm wondering if that's why she has been absent all week. Is it mom hasn't wanted to bring her to school, or if they took an early fall break, But that's the one conference I got to get.
They show up on Monday. Where's school
Yeah,
at? And you're like, break. Where you been?
exactly. I will, on that note though, with parent conferences, I will say, I don't think I told you this. Dude, I got yelled at over Google Meets. I was telling this one student has two moms, and I was telling both moms how he gets frustrated sometimes. And he hits this one kid, and then this other mom, she's like, "Hold up, I got to cut you off and push back." He's never hit anybody in his life, and she starts going on and on, just like chewing me out, right? And she's like, "If that's how he's behaving, maybe I need to talk to Mr. So and so and get him moved out of your class." The principal she mentioned left weeks ago, right? And so I didn't say anything, but in my head I sarcastically want to be like, "Yeah, good luck with that conversation. I'd like to see you schedule a meeting with her." But I was just like, I told her, I was like, "Ma'am, I respect your opinion and I totally understand it." But I was like, I've seen it with my own eyes, and he doesn't, I don't know what to tell you, but yeah, he's at kids. Actually, it's one
Yeah.
kid. It's one kid. It's his friend that when he doesn't understand boundaries, and then he gets frustrated when that kid's like, "Give me space," and he'll like just lash out at him, hit him, push him, or rip up his work, or whatever. It's just, parents don't want to hear it. They're like, "Not my kid, not my angel."
And that's the thing. It stinks is like whenever the kids, like when you get those parents, and like that kid can go on for years. I remember we had a student, and like the kid was a butthole in everybody's, like every teacher that he has class. When I was a PE teacher, he was a butthole in my PE class. He was a butthole in the rotation teachers. Everybody. We had the parent come in. And we sit down, and we're like, "Hey, thank you for coming in. We just want to talk to you, kind of figure out how we can help him out, blah blah, all this other stuff, right?" And she's like, the mom's like, "Who's you? Who are you?" And the teacher introduced himself, and she's like, "Yeah, he doesn't like you." And then like we're like the next, and it was like this, like everybody, the teacher, "Who are you?" "Yeah, he doesn't like you either." And we're like, "Your kid don't like anybody. Like maybe he's the problem. Like you think that like everybody here's out to get your kid. Like we're all grown adults. We don't care whether or not your kid. Like it is what it is. Your kid's a butthole.
I like,
That's what's happening."
I tell teachers this story, not parents. I swear I've had this conversation with you multiple times. Probably have. Well, I seriously want to be sarcastic with the parent and be like, "You're right. I got nothing better to do than to go home, pick your kid's name up at random, and just start making up crazy stuff, so you get mad at them." I was like, it's one of those things. Like, what's more common? What makes more sense? I'm lying or your kid's lying? You know. And what do I get out? Like me lying about it. Now I have to have this conversation with you, which I clearly not enjoying right now. So why would I do that? Yeah, just say like it's like I put originally. I want to say people that want to have our jobs. Maybe this is something you need to keep in mind or when we keep this in mind when you complain that we got too much time off in the summer. Maybe we don't like getting yelled at for no reason. Maybe that's one reason we
But
have
I
sick
mean,
days.
it would always trip out. Like I remember another kid I had when I was a PE teacher. The parent complained because the kid did something messed up. I know I had written the kid up because she did something messed up. So the parent comes in and says, "Oh well, who wrote him up?" Was the PE teacher? She says that all you do is go into your office and sit there and you let the kids play the whole class and nobody watches the kids. And I'm like, okay, when does this happen? Oh, it's happened all year. I'm like, so it's like March. If you were worried that your daughter was not supervised in PE class, why would you only bring it up when she gets in trouble 8 months into
Yeah.
school? Like, and you feel like this is valid. Like, I just sit in my office all day. Nobody sees me except when I clock in and when I clock out, and that's it. So that's what my daughter says. And I'm like, okay. Well, the one time I came out of my office, I saw her do this. So she still got the right.
I I think I told you a couple years ago I wrote up 3 students for cussing at recess because I heard them. I saw them and heard them. I actually saw the words come out of their mouth and then I heard the sounds. And there's one kid this one kid's mom messages back, and he wasn't even in my class. He was in another teacher's, and she hands me the phone. She's like, "What do I say to this parent?" And I was like, "Okay, let me just see it." And I type it back. I type a response back. But the mom was like, "My son said he didn't do it, and you're making this up." So I replied to her, and I was just like, "Ma'am, I understand that. I understand what he's telling you, but you needed to understand that I saw and heard him do it." And so then she replies back. She's like, "Well, why would he make it up?" And I was like, "To keep out of trouble." It's like, "What do you mean? Why would he make it up? He didn't want to get in trouble." But then I told her, I was like, "As long as he doesn't do it again, it's fine. It's just like it's almost like a warning write up. You know, it's not like he went to ISF. I just had to have documentation." But yeah,
Yeah. And it's like if he's as good of a kid as you say he is, then there's no problem here.
yeah. Oh, it's always funny when these parents think we're the ones that are causing the issues. But anyway, moving on. So obviously the next headline, you've heard this story because we were just talking about it on the phone, I believe yesterday. So part of full moon fever this week, there was a fight in the hallway on 2 days ago, and what was crazy, and I was actually talking to with the mom of the kid that like one kid basically just jacked this other kid up with. He had five, dude, they were solid punches, like UFC punches, you know, like he had him down. Yeah, he's hitting him down, like he hit him good. But I was telling the mom because we had a conference and my collab partner was in there, and I was kind of laughing. I was like, "Look, I'm not laughing at you." I was like, I was telling her like I'm making fun of myself because just like I told you, watching the camera, this fight's going on, and I'm completely oblivious to it because I can't hear it on my left ear, right? So like there was another girl that she'd had like a spill in her lunchbox, and we were about to go to lunch, and she her juice box was like leaking on the ground, and she's the kind of student that can have a meltdown too. So I was kind of focused on helping her clean it up. But you see on the camera, there's this fight going on, and I'm just like, do. His fugitive on? Like it looked like I was like watching stuff on my phone. I'm just like, I was gonna throw on that fugitive line. Hey, the fugitive's on. Maybe Choey knows what I'm talking about, right?
Dude, so I'm wondering how realistic is it that the juice box girl created the diversion so that other kid could get jumped like it's a prison yard?
Oh, you think could be. It's also they're like
She's
one of the teachers
spilling
like
your juice.
they pass a note in the hallway, cause a scene, cause a scene. Um, but one of my one of my teachers is like, "Hey, Mr. Bing, I need help." And so I think I told you, so they don't hear it in my left ear. Every sound comes to my right side, so I immediately turn to my right, which is the opposite direction of everything. So like I'm just on the camera, just like looking around, and then finally I realized, like, oh, and I go over there and help out, but it was crazy. And then I wish I could look at the video again because I was always curious. The kids that I was helping, like, because I was helping that girl clean up the juice, and there was a student helping me. Well, they disappeared pretty quick. I don't know if they realized the commotion was going on and they sprinted back into the room, but like I didn't realize it until after, because helped kind of, I didn't restrain the kid, but I helped kind of corral him and block him, right? And then some of the other people came, were able to restrain him. And then I go back into my room, but I realized like, oh, these kids are in the hallway. They like sprinted or whatever, right? I guess another teacher like told them to go in, but also I go into my room and the kids are talking to the ceiling because of the intercom. I was like, what's going on? And they're like, they're just talking to the ceiling. Hey,
No, I'm like, what? Wait, what?
but
Oh, yeah.
I go in and I was like, what's up? And they're like, Mr. Bing, the office is calling. And by that point, they had like just got off the mic. So I hit the button to call him again. And I was like, hey, this is Mr. Bing, did you need something? And they're like, well, somebody rang the bell. And I was like, oh, that wasn't me, but there was something going on in the hallway, but I got with people here now, but thanks. And they said, okay. And then I asked the class, I was like, did y'all push the button on the wall? And they're like, no, we didn't do it. And so I was talking to all these teachers that they were in the hallway. I was like, who pushed the button? It's like, I'm not mad. I'm just like curious. I was like, who pushed the button? What? And so I found it on the video. I saw who it was. And I was like, oh, okay, it was that teacher. She just kind of ran the hallway and clicked the button. But I was like, up to that point, it was a mystery. Nobody could tell me what
But
happened.
she didn't stay to talk to the office though.
No, she just pushed the button. So it was odd. It was really odd. But that's great. Like I said, it's crazy, man. I was laughing at myself. I was like, I'm totally oblivious. And then apparently at recess that day, that same kid went ahead and went after that first kid again. But I tell you what, the kid that threw the punches, at least his mom understands that he deserves consequence, so that this doesn't happen again. It doesn't repeat. We're actually going to separate those two in homeroom because they're both in my homeroom, and we feel by splitting them up, they'll eliminate a lot of the animosity / chaos that happens. So it was crazy, dude. I blame full moon fever, but all right. Can you see my screen? Because I'm gonna roll on to my last headline. You see the screen?
Yep.
All right. So
Yep.
on the left is a water bottle by a student. On the right, you'd call this a what, Choey? Do you know what
Shut
this
up. No, wait. That's a flask.
On the right side, it's a flask. On the left side, it's a popsicle water bottle, right? The reason I compare these is I saw this girl take a swig of water earlier in the week, and I was just like, oh my gosh. My first thought was like, is that a flask? I was like, what the heck? So I screenshot and I was texting the teachers, and they were laughing. I was laughing. It's a water bottle, but it just, where the spout is for the popsicle stick is like right in the middle, and the water bottle's thin enough to where, I don't know, maybe that's just Jandler over here being the drinker that he is. That's my brain went there immediately. I was like, what is that girl doing? Yeah, but it's a water bottle.
Real, hey, don't hold out on Mr. Bing now.
What do you got?
Give me a little swig.
Special juice? What is that? Did I ever tell you, when I used to live in Illinois, I went to watch the Super Bowl with a teacher friend of mine, her husband, and they had met they had befriended some of the parents at school, and they had two twins. Or they had twins, like a boy and a girl. And so they come over there, and I remember before the teacher friend of mine, she's like, hey, Jandler, so-and-so's coming over with the two kids. You know them. And she tells me their names, and I was like, oh, I guess I can't drink today. She said, no, don't worry about it. We drink with them all the time. So I had one beer, and the girl twin was just like, Mr. Bing, what is that? And I was like, oh, it's water. She's like, yeah, whatever. Right? Like, she clearly didn't believe me, but I only had one. Weeks later, I subbed at that school, right? And this was when I was really in my big workout phase. So when I see her, we were doing like this parade. So we're outdoors, and she's like, hey, Mr. Bing, have you been drinking water lately? And I was just like, I totally forgot about the Super Bowl. And I was like, yeah, I drink water all the time. And she's like, because to her, water was beer. And then I realized what she's talking about. I was like, that's not what I said. That's not what I mean.
She's all, check his cup. His cup.
She's like, I'm turning you in. Oh, it's crazy, bro. Craziness. All right, you got any headlines? How was the week for you? You had craziness?
It was decent.
Decent?
Nothing too crazy, no.
You're like, normal.
We say prost, Gumby, cheers mate, and cheers mate again, or simply cheers. Sometimes it's all toss Santa, other times it's cheers you effing hoser. We also say sawday, salute saluti, or tagay, skull. Let's all say Nazdarovia in the Russian way. In Vietnam we shout out yo, Walugi Wawa makes South Africa glow. In Portugal it's a solid soul, in Batmo Ukraine's here to stay. In Thailand we clink and shout out Sean, then back to the bar till the liquor's gone. For Jamaica it's a loud yawn, no matter the place we drink till dawn. In India we say cheers, or body hole. Hungary says he just did it, don't go too slow. New Caledonia joins in with a la boat, let it flow. In Taiwan we shout out Ganbei, and Singapore says Yam Sing. Oh, the way. Cheers, cheers around the world.
Hi there, I'm here to help Choey and Jandler to read an advertisement for BuyBlacket.com. Please shop BuyBlacket.com. Are you looking for unique gifts at unbeatable prices? Then look no further. BuyBlacket.com has quality merchandise for everyone on your list, from gifts for cat and dog lovers to American fans, beer enthusiasts, and even Jesus lovers. As for teachers, we didn't forget about you. Please don't miss our funny attire to brighten up your classroom. So bring a smile to your loved ones' faces and shop by Blackett.com today. Tell them Choey and Jandler sent you.
Hi there, Ryan Reynolds here on behalf of my friends Choey and Jandler. You may know me from movies where I either save the world or ruin Thanksgiving. But today, folks, I'm not here to sell you cologne, crypto, or questionable NFTs. I'm actually here to tell you about Fish.audio. This isn't really me talking right now. This is my voice, made by Fish.audio, which frankly is terrifying. It sounds exactly like me, and trust me, I've heard my voice in 87 trailers. This is better. Whether you're a podcaster with a potato microphone, a game developer building an army of space dolphins, or just lonely and want a perfect Morgan Freeman to read your grocery list out loud to you, Fish.audio has you covered. Fish.audio is easily one of the best voice generation platforms I have ever used, which is saying something, because I've done voiceover for a toothpaste brand in 4 languages I don't even speak. And speaking of that, Fish.audio is cross-lingual, which means it supports 13 different languages. Their amazing program also allows you to clone voices. Fish.audio make your voice legendary, or at least make my voice say weird things. I legally can't stop you either way.
We'll pretend we took a break, right? Let's take a break. Sorry.
I'm sorry. Air quotes. The middle boy the other day did something, and the way he said it, and he did the little air quotes, and I was like, that's not how you use that. What's wrong with you? I was like, you're stupid. What's wrong with you?
Oh, I wish I could have been there, man. I always like when people make mistakes like that, you know? Hey,
It made me mad. Well, because he was getting an earful about some other stuff, and so and then he's like, it's just that I mean, I do like and I think he said it was like a metaphor, and I was like, first off, it's not even a metaphor, and second, that's not how you use the air quotes.
he's like, I'm hungry like a horse. That's a metaphor. You're like, no, it's not. You're stupid on multiple levels.
That's why you're doing bad in class. That's why you're doing bad in class.
Oh, hey, we got 2 things in this second half of the episode. We got a TripAdvisor and a What's Chapping Choey. Do you want to go Chapping first, or you want to save your Chapping?
We'll do the TripAdvisor, and then I actually have a double feature Chappin, so I think you'll appreciate it.
Ooh. Do you have the slideshow?
Chapped on both sides.
Do you have the slideshow up, or do you want me to
I got it.
Okay.
I can see what you got right there. All right.
I'm sorry. Hold on.
Gotta get my voice ready.
Let me go back. All right. Yeah.
No.
Warm up your vocal cords, Choey.
All right, he said, today we're going on a trip to Portugal. They invented the world's oldest bookstore. Bertrand Bookstore in Lisbon's been around since 1732. Perfect for buying a novel you'll pretend to read on the beach. The Portuguese eat more seafood than Poseidon. Sardines, cod, octopus. If it swims, they'll grill it, stew it, or put it in a pie. Ew. In a pie. Gross.
People hate you now. You're like, ew.
Nasty pies right there. Sorry, Portugal. They were world explorers and also really good at getting lost. Vasco da Gama found India, Magellan circumnavigated the globe, and someone probably circled Porto 3 times before asking for directions. They have a pink street, literally, in Lisbon, perfect for Instagram. Questionable for sobriety navigation at night. They consume more wine per capita than almost everyone, which explains why
Fado.
Does that say
I think it's Fado.
Fado?
Yeah.
Fado music hits so emotionally after a few glasses. They claim to have the world's biggest wave. Nazare's monster waves attract daredevil surfers and horrified mothers everywhere. It's also home to Cristiano Ronaldo. That's right, ladies.
Cristiano. Get it right.
Cristiano Ronaldo. My bad.
Right, sir.
I was just excited.
Yeah, you're like, I never get to say his name. Woo!
I'm Ronaldo.
now that you got the pleasantries out, go ahead and gripe away, sir.
Well, you'll get, and you'll agree, I think, with both of them. Because we talk about the second one, I was like, you know what, I'm going to roll with it. I'm really going to roll with it. All on the air.
You're like,
but the first one.
You're like, I got so much to grieve about. I'm going to do it all at once, right?
Well, because the first one's kind of quick. But so, now that I've moved on into higher ed, it bothers me so much that so many people go around with the little headphones in, like the AirPods, earbud things, or the over-the-ear headphones, and the students, they walk around, but they're walking around with the headphones on like this, or the earbuds in their ears like this, and they're trying, like, there's various events happening, and they're coming to the event, like where you're gonna have to talk to somebody, right? And they're walking around and they got their little phone on like this and they're trying to figure out where they're going, look at room numbers. And then you're standing there like, hey, this is the event. Look at us. We're welcome to the event. Like, and I don't know how many times I see it happen. And it's happened like every day that we've ever had an event for months since school. Hey, are you here for such and such? Huh? And they just look at you. And then you say it again. And they're like, what? And I'm like, I want to be like, take the motherfucking stuff out of your ear so you can hear me.
Are you
like, turn the music off, take the headphones off, do something.
Are you doing charades with them? Are you like,
well, because I'm just like looking at them like, I don't know what you want me to do at this point. Like, you're over here with your headphones on, like, what? Huh?
I don't want to be.
And I'm like, dude.
I'm not gonna go into it because clearly it's not PC. But remember, we used to tell people back in high school when they were doing stuff like that, when we have to like really get their attention. You'd be like trying to like. I'll tell you off air. If you kind of look like you have this look. You know what do you get it now?
I saw the hand.
I don't want to be offensive, you know.
Well, in all fairness, that demographic might not be listening since it's very difficult for them to listen.
Yeah, they wouldn't be listening, but people might be like, Choey, Jandler. We lost all respect for you now.
But anyways, so yeah, dude, it finally came to a head this week, and I was just like, and I stared at the student. I didn't even say anything the second time. I was just like, and then finally, like, oh, and I was like, it's kind of hard to hear with those on, isn't it? I'm like, so anyways, I'm like, dude, like,
what if you get mad at me? Like, so I listen to AirPods like when I go grocery shopping and stuff, right? Because I like to be in my own world. But there's times people walk up to me and sometimes they even copy stuff at school. People start talking to me like, hold up. Because I know they're talking like, hold up. It's like, so I can put pause on the music.
Well, that's fine. But like when you're sitting here, if you're like walking up, if I'm like let's go with the grocery shopping thing. If I'm there, like let's say HEB or Walmart.
Yeah.
And you walk up to me, you're like, hey, how do I find this? And I start talking to you. Like, you're there because you want that transaction. You want that information to come from me.
Yeah.
These students are coming because they want the information from me. And they're like, what?
They want it.
And I'm like, take it.
But they don't want to
listen
to it. They want to ask you a question, but they don't want to hear what you have to say. They're like, okay.
Yeah. And I'm just like, I'm going to take the headphones off. What's wrong with you? And then they just look at, and it's never like a quiet, what? It's, huh?
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like,
you know,
why do you have to be obnoxious with it?
I think like, it's funny because I get that idea with that in elementary. It's different, not with music, but they just all say, huh? Like, I don't think they understand, like, that's disrespect. That's rude, man. It's not polite to be like, what? Excuse me?
When you're a college age student.
What? No, but I do.
When you're a college age student, you should know.
I do remember, I think, not that I would let you yell out, huh? But I do remember, like, having my music in and sometimes people are talking to you and you're just like, what? You know what I mean? You're like, I can't hear you. All right.
But anyway, so that's the first one.
Yeah.
Second one, and I came up with this one Sunday afternoon at, what was it, like 3:42.
Oh, okay. So the game would have been over by then. Yeah.
Like I was watching the game. I didn't even watch it because we were doing errands. So I was like, I'm not gonna watch. I was kind of feeling like it was gonna be a trap game and they were gonna lose. And so I'm like, all right, Cowboys. And then like I'm checking, and I'm like, oh, they're winning. And I'm like, great. And then I heard it afterwards, and like Dak blew up, man. 4 passing touchdowns. He's amazing. And I'm like, no, guys, no.
Was that the Cowboys
We're
fans or
still
was that media? Or both?
media. Dallas is still the number 1 ranked offense in the NFL right now.
I know, you told
And they're still the number 32 ranked. Like, after 5 games, they're the top rated offense and the worst rated defense.
That's a crazy stat. I think my Broncos were around that point a few years ago, where we had like the number 1 defense. It's terrible. There was a year when we had, oh my gosh, like Trevor Simeon. We had like, I forget who we had going on at quarterback, but like if we could have scored like 16 points a game, like we would have been like 9-0. Like the first 9 games, we just couldn't get more than 14. We were holding the teams to like, we were losing like games like 14-11 or 14-10, like, you know, like average. And it's just like, dude. But no, well, you know, I think we talk about this all the time. I get tired of listening to media talk about Dak's on an MVP. He's in the MVP race. And I'm like, wait, he's putting up numbers. So is Daniel Jones. And guess what? Daniel Jones actually has a better record. You know, it's like, okay. Like, I still remember it was the year after Brady won with Tampa. So what was that, 21? Like, and they had remember Dallas and Tampa had that Thursday night game? And it went down to the wire, and Tampa kicked the field goal. There were people on Facebook that like were arguing with me, telling me Dak outplayed Brady, and I was like, well, Brady had 4 touchdowns, Dak had 3. And they're like, oh, Dak had more yards. I was like, okay, he had 30 more yards, right? He had less touchdowns, and guess what? What's most important is he lost the game. So to sit there and tell me he outplayed Brady, I was like, whatever. But no, like there's just some people that are never gonna turn it on. They just look at Dak a different way than other of us do. To me, he's a good quarterback, but he's not good enough. I just don't see it, man. I don't see the it.
It was just crazy because I sat there and I was like, that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. I know it. And I'm like, keep in mind, it's the Jets too, everybody. It's the Jets. Like, we scored 37 points. That's good. But we scored 37 points against the Jets.
I was wondering if you were going to go back. So I think, was the week before y'all played Green Bay? Played Green Bay the week before the Jets, right? Yeah. I remember when they interviewed Jerry after the game, the 40-40 tie, and he's like, that's why we paid Dak. And I'm like, you didn't win, Jerry. You paid him $60 million to not win a game, and you're patting yourself on the back for that. I'm like, I don't know about it, dude.
I don't know. It's gonna be crazy too because it's this will be the last thing about Dallas, and we'll move on to whatever else afterwards. But I saw this thing about Rico Dowdle was talking about they better buckle up. I'm coming. I'm like Rico, did you know like you got good stats against crap teams?
Yeah.
Over half your yardage for the entire season came against 3 really crap teams, and you barely broke 1,000. You had 500 or 600 against 3 teams. Calm down, Rico.
You also should have told him, and don't you know that Jerry invested in the rush defense? It's like, we got you, Rico. It's going to be interesting to see.
Well, I'm just like, calm down there, buddy. Calm down. Because here I come. I'm like, sure. It's like if I was to be like, they called me, I'm going to go block.
What if,
they're like, okay.
What if him and
Javonte
just are trading rushing blows, you know? Boom, boom, boom.
That'd be crazy. That would be crazy.
Well, I mean, I think, like you said, we know Dallas will score points. But I think we also know Carolina's going to score points too. So, but I predicted y'all to win. But I think in a week or two, you got to worry about my team. I think in like 2 weeks, you and I are gonna have that little watch party, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, sure.
We'll see what happens. All right. Would you like to do the social media plug, sir?
I'll let you do it because I don't have the thing pulled up right now.
You're like, let me wing it.
We on stuff with Choey and something Jandler 26952.
All right, so X and TikTok is at Choey and Jan, CHOEY, the letter N, JAN. Remember, Insta and Threads, they're at Choey and Jan 2, CHOEY, the letter N, JANTOO. YouTube is Jandler Bing 969. Again, I didn't name that. That's just it's amazing that they just threw 69 in there. Like they knew we were 90s high school people, you know? And then Facebook's Jandler Bing, and honestly, I keep forgetting to post stuff, but it's fall break time, and you did some you did some work on those shorts, so I'll be able to work on those next week. I got a lot of stuff I got to do. Plan for some school, and I don't know how I'm gonna rest. Like you talked about your and I got your reference. I just didn't get your text. I just didn't see it in time on Sunday. I don't know if we're gonna have time. We might go to bed about, to be honest.
I was like, maybe he thought I was saying I don't have time to do an episode.
Nah, dude, Frank the Tank, man. Great movie. Great movie. Hey, look, we're rolling a lot quicker now. Less than 35 minutes, sir. We're getting
All right.
What I realized is just plan less. Just aim low, right? Just set your standards low. That way we'll be shocked.
That way nobody cares.
There's no way to go but up. Just last thing before we get ready to go. As of this point, no current new countries. But I will say one of the other markets must have started listening to us a little bit more, because we said 92% U.S. Now we're 91.9%. So we lost a 0.1. So one of those other countries, maybe they started listening more. Who knows?
Yeah, like one more person.
They're like, woo! But, all right, time to pull the plugs.
Yes, sir.
Pull it.